Hello, everybody. So thank you so much for being here today. I'm so excited that you're here with me today. We are going to be diving into a very juicy and informative topic, which is what are their secret feelings for you? So yeah, what are those feelings that they have been keeping intentionally hidden from you because they're just not courageous enough to tell you, or yeah, for whatever other reason. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna find out. But yes, there are 3 piles to choose from today. The first pile, so this is pile 1, is the Light Seers Tarot with this piece of milky quartz. And then I'm going to show, I chose the Moon card to show. Because, the moon is sort of, one of the meanings is putting out a facade, like putting out a delusion. So this is about getting past that facade, seeing what they are keeping secret. Pile 2 is the Tarot of Oneness with this piece of cherry quartz. This is what the moon looks like in the Tarot of Oneness. Okay. And then we have the Vagabond Wild Tarot with this piece of smoky quartz. And this is what the moon looks like in the Vagabond Wild Tarot. Alrighty, so I'm going to give you a minute to choose your pile. You can be drawn to more than one pile. That's absolutely okay. There might be messages waiting for you in more than one pile. And definitely you can pause the video if you need more time than I provide here to choose your pile. The timestamps are down below, and I will see you at your reading. Hello, pile 1. If you chose the Milky Quartz or the Light Seers Tarot, then you have arrived at your reading. So let's get into it. What are their secret feelings? What are their secret feelings? Okay. Oh, that's really interesting in the context of that question. Wow, that really wanted to pop out. Okay. So this is interesting because I feel like a lot of this has to do not even so much with exactly what the secret feelings are, but with how they hide the feelings and why they hide the feelings. So with this Strength card, I think that it's so interesting how, we've got this bear pictured on the card, and the bear is a photograph. The bear is what is presented in reality. But then on a more like 5D, more ethereal level, we have these wings and we have the glowing of the heart. So I think that this person wants to present this very strong, implacable, maybe protective exterior. And what they are hiding is the fact that they are not so much a bear, but a teddy bear. Yeah, that they have a golden shining heart, that they are an angel underneath it all. I feel like this person, needs to, and needs to is the words that are echoing in my mind, needs to present a much tougher front than what they actually feel and who they actually are. And Yeah, so I feel like this, with ancestor coming out next, I think that this has to do with their family of origin. I think that they were raised in a family where toughness was a value. Yeah, and I think that there were probably a lot of, maybe there was a lot of teasing, like a lot of insult-based joking. And if you could take it with a straight face and not show that it got to you, that was the goal. That's what was respected in that family. Or this also could be a case of where they had to just grow up really early because of parentification, because maybe, you know, they had the people in the home whose job it would have been to kind of run the home and provide structure for the kids. Like, you know, maybe those people were, you know, scrambling to actually provide the finances to run the home. And so this person had to provide like the in-home structure for younger siblings or, you know, something along those lines. And, and I certainly, and this may even be a situation where things were done to this person when they were kids that were specifically for the purpose of quote unquote toughening them up in a way that, to their parent figure, or maybe it was an older brother or sister, or to whoever would have done this, that person would have felt like they were doing this person a service. Yeah, they would have felt like the world is a cold, cruel place, and I need to prepare this kid to survive it. And so, I feel like, this person, your person, pile one, likely lived through a lot of things that in hindsight would be considered abuse, but I don't think they ever classified it as abuse while it was going on. And so I feel like that's a long unpacking process. With this mirror card coming out as the third card, I would imagine that they are starting that process. Like, they have looked into their own eyes in the mirror, like maybe even literally, but definitely metaphorically. And they have seen some things there that they recognize that they have to change, or they are going to lose you. Number one, they are going to lose a lot of good things in their life, I feel like, if they don't figure out a way to abandon this external facade of stoicism and toughness. It's not as easy as it sounds, because I feel like this isn't just a byproduct of things that have happened to them in the past. This was intentionally instilled in them as a value. And so unpacking that, unlearning it, relearning a new way to be, that is, again, not as easy as it sounds. And so what feelings are they hiding from you? Like almost all of them. Like literally almost all of them. I feel like maybe not anger, because in a lot of systems like this where people are taught to hide their emotions, anger is really the one emotion that they are kind of given permission to express without consequence, or at least without shaming. And so I think that it's everything tender about them. You know what? I think you are the person who can see it shining through. Like everyone else literally just sees the bare photograph. You are the one, like they would see it without the shining heart, without the drawn in wings, but you see the whole picture. You see their angel wings that no one else can see. You see the heart shining that no one else can see. And I feel like this is something that draws them to you, but I think that they also interpret it as threatening. Like, I think it is also very threatening to their identity and the way that they have been taught to view the world. Yeah. So you have likely been on the receiving end of some of their anger in a way that may have been scary, but I feel like has definitely made you incredibly sad. Yeah, and with this mirror card, you may also, pile one, be a person that is not all that comfortable with directly expressing emotions. That may be an area where the two of you bond. But I will say this, like, definitely never accept really bad, definitely never accept abusive treatment just because you feel like you can see the heart of gold that is underneath. At the very least, like the very least, remove yourself from that situation and, you know, maybe consider re-entering it if that person can show that they've undergone therapy and growth. Yeah, but if this is just a situation where it's very difficult for them to show their emotions to you, but they're not, you know, being abusive toward you, then that's up to your own free will about whether or not you want to stick it out. But I feel like, yeah, I feel the responsibility, I guess, to give that disclaimer every time the topic sort of veers toward that this person might be expressing anger toward you, for especially for things that you have not done wrong. It's just because they feel threatened. Is never accept an abusive situation, pile one. Like, I'm not channeling that this person is abusive, but I just, yeah, like I said, I feel so protective, like so connected and protective of the people who watch these videos. And I would never want to see you, you know, subjecting yourself to poor treatment because it's like, especially because of something that I said. So yeah, for sure. Okay, so let's see what the tarot has to say. Spirit, what is pile one's person keeping secret in terms of their feelings? Oh, yeah. So, okay. Oh, my God. So, first of all, how amazing you are. I think it's probably difficult for them to tell you that, maybe because they feel like that would be giving you a lot of power over them if they were really vulnerable and honest about just how amazing they find you. But the thing that made me say, oh, is look at the similarities in the artwork, in the way that this star is shining and the way that this bear's heart is shining. Like, you two are a match. Like, you shine in their vision the way that they shine in yours. Yeah, and you light one another up. And I do think that this is something that would be really, really difficult for this person to express to you. Okay, the Fool. So I think they are keeping a secret. Oh my God, and the Wheel. Oh my God. Hello, Major Arcana. Wow. So yeah, I think that they are keeping it a secret. Oh my God, yeah. So I just noticed when I was holding the cards, look what's on the back of the deck, the King of Cups. Yeah. Talk, and look, his heart is shining as well. Talk about a court card that sort of like feels a lot of feelings, but plays his cards pretty close to the vest. Yeah, that would be the King of Cups. So that's pretty funny that he was on the back of the deck. But yeah, so I think that they hide how much they want to do life with you, how much they just envision a future with you. Absolutely. I think that they hide, like with this particular Fool card, the figure is leaning out over the water, depending on, you know, this, whether that's like a vine or a rope or whatever it is that she's holding. But yeah, I feel like how much they depend on you to keep them steady when they lean out and take risks. I feel like that's something that they don't feel comfortable putting it into words, but it's very much the truth. There's also maybe a person who says a lot more with their actions than they do with their words, because of these childhood experiences, maybe also because of, personality could also be playing a part in this, that they, if their love language is acts of service. So maybe they're not really verbally effusive with how they feel, but they're going to make sure you've got gas in your car. They're going to make sure that your oil is changed because they want you to be safe out there on those roads. This may be a person who feels more comfortable expressing through actions than words. And then with the wheel, I actually feel like this is about, it's not even about the Wheel of Fortune actually turning. It's about this very look at how she's standing with her arms just spread wide open. It's very similar to how the figure in the Fool card is standing. It's like this chest forward, like chest open stance. So I feel like this person is reticent to tell you exactly how much you have opened up their mind and their heart to the possibility that good things could happen at any moment, that the Wheel of Fortune could turn in their favor at any moment. They've never felt that sense of anticipatory glee, I think, until they came in contact with you. But I almost feel like cringy as I'm saying these things. And I think that is like they feel like it's gonna make them weak, or they feel like it's gonna make them vulnerable. This isn't gonna be the easiest thing for them to get over. And I feel like they are in a place where they recognize the need to make the effort. I don't feel like it's going to be the fastest transition. And the truth pile one is that if you want someone who speaks in really flowery language, who is very adept at putting feelings into words and just letting you know through words exactly how much you mean to them, that might never be this person. Because I don't feel like this 100% comes just from their experiences. I feel like this also has a lot to do with personality and brain function, brain wiring. I feel like this is something that they would be happy to work to improve, but they're never going to be the most effusive person. Yeah, exactly. The Nine of Pentacles, often referred to as the most single card in the deck. I don't think that has to be true, but I do think that the Nine of Pentacles speaks a lot to independence. So I think that they really admire you for your accomplishments and for the way that you shine, going back to this Star card. And this is not a person that will ever try to control you. This is a person who wants to see you shine. In fact, this is a person I feel like that would be so happy to sit back and support you in your endeavors and just feel so proud as they watch people just gush over you and how amazing you are, because they feel exactly the same way. But I feel like this is a person that when it comes to themselves, like they will let you know that far more with like short sentences, with their eyes and their manner, the way that they touch you and hold you, the way that they always show up for you, the things that they do for you to support your ability to go out in the world and make your mark, versus sitting down and like telling you exactly how they feel. I want to get letters, numbers, and charms. Yeah, this person just thinks you are spectacular, pile one. Okay, so we have DH, which in a lot of like internet abbreviations will stand for dear husband. So maybe this person is your husband or you are the husband. Okay, we have BIG. Okay, so yeah, this is so I feel like, yeah, there is a phrase, big feelings, which, so I feel like this person does have big feelings for you. Also, that makes me think of the character from Sex and the City, Mr. Big. So maybe this person has, or maybe you have referred to this person as your Mr. Big or something along those lines. Then we have O, C, W, S, and K. Okay. Okay, so this SWO makes me think of SWOT, which is this thing that you do in business environments where I don't even remember. So I don't even remember what it stands for. O stands for opportunity. Anyways, it's just like writing down all of the attributes of a situation. Like what would be all the opportunities of making a decision? Like it's a decision-making matrix, basically. And so, yeah, I do think that there is like a matrix or a rubric that they feed their decision-making process through when it comes to what they're going to say. Like, yeah, is this worth, like, what would I get from saying this? What do I stand to lose from saying this? Yeah, they're constantly doing that math. Yeah, so then we have ick. You know, that's a phrase that people use in dating nowadays, like the ick. And I think that they are afraid that if they are vulnerable, that if you witness like true weakness within them, that you will get the ick. I think that is one of the things that they are afraid of. Okay, so then we have 0, 5, and 8. So that can be combined into numbers like 85, 58, 80, 50. Also, May and August might be important. Okay, so what do we have here? Taurus, Pisces, and Sag. Get some charms. Oh, this bicycle. So that's the energy of like working together. But I did just hear the refrain from the song, A Bicycle Built for Two. So yeah, I would look at that as reminiscent of the energy of the Fool card, of going on an adventure together. Yeah, with this Turtle card, it may not be that they are incapable in any way of telling you their feelings, but it may just take them some consideration. They've got to feed it through that rubric. Yeah, with the Mermaid, yeah, they may feel like, you have enchanted them with a siren song. With this Camera, I feel like they want to make memories with you. Also, perhaps they are looking at your social media And yeah, looking at those pictures, and yeah, I think because they find you attractive, but also I think they're trying to get a little recon, like what's going on in your life. Okay, yeah, and then we have the spider and a web. So I feel kind of like with that mermaid, like they may feel a bit like they've been caught in a spider's web. I don't think they're mad about it, but yeah, I feel like they are experiencing feelings that are not usual to them. Yeah, with this butterfly card, that is very much leveling up, transformation, leveling up, absolutely. So that is a beautiful, auspicious energy to come out, that they recognize the need to level up. Angels watching over me. So yeah, I feel like, yeah, to me, this is also reminiscent of that bear card, that they are protective of you. But also I feel like you may pray for this person a lot, and this person might pray for you. Yeah, with this hatchet, like there's a fair amount of undergrowth to be able to like hack your way through before you have a clear path here. I don't want to sugarcoat it. Like there's some undergrowth to hack through. But I don't feel like it's a tremendous amount, because it's the goal here is finding out what are their secret feelings. So what a clear path would represent would be them really like speaking their feelings. I don't feel like that is completely necessary for a healthy relationship if they're expressing it in other ways. I feel like that is a future goal for sure, but I don't feel like that is totally necessary just for union. Yeah, and so then we have the dream catcher. So I feel like this person dreams about you. Yeah, prays for you, dreams about you. I love it. Yeah, with this heart inside of a cage, that is very, very, that is very much the energy of like they want to offer you their heart, like offer it in a way that is so meaningful and beautiful, but it's in a cage and they're having a hard time finding the key to that lock. Yeah, with the sun and the moon, well, first of all, yeah, the moon was the card that that was the card I chose to represent the subject matter that we're dealing with today. And then we had the star as the very first oracle card, and now we have the sun. Like every time all three of the major celestial energies are represented in a reading, I take that to be a very, very special sign. But also the sun and the moon charm to me is matched pair energy, divinely connected energy. And then finally with this helm charm, yeah, that is very strong indicators that they are at a place in their life when they are taking charge. They are getting themselves unstuck. They are steering their own ship. And that is a beautiful place for them to be. And I feel like you have drawn them to want to approach that. I feel like it was not even a consideration before you came into their lives, pile one. And that is beautiful. That is something to be incredibly proud of and I think honored by as well. So that is what I have for you, pile one. If you enjoyed this, if you resonated with it, I would love it if you would like, subscribe, comment down below if you feel comfortable telling me like how this applies to your situation. I love reading those comments. And I hope to see you on another day for another reading. But in the meantime, I just want to let you know that I am proud of you. You matter, you are loved, you are worthy, and you are enough. Hello, pile two. If you chose the cherry quartz or the tarot of oneness, you have arrived at your reading. So yes, let's dive in. Let's see. What are your person's secret feelings? What are your person's secret feelings? Okay, here we go. interesting because, first of all, with glamour, I feel like what they are keeping secret from you is how much you are beautiful inside and out. I feel like they are much more comfortable giving you, well, actually, I feel like this could go both ways because reflection is like a mirror. So maybe they're a lot more comfortable, being in conversation with you and reflecting back like how brilliant they think you are, how insightful they think you are, how much wisdom you have. Or they are much more comfortable giving you compliments on your appearance. But what I feel like is missing is letting you know that like they have both. So yeah, I feel like this would, in the appearance scenario, this would likely be a situation where like the two of you are very open about how attractive you find one another. Maybe this is a no strings situation. And that part is like very well expressed, very clear on that part. But what they're afraid to let you know is that it's not just your body they love. It's also your brain. It's also your heart. They love your inner self as much as they love your outer self. Yeah, and then if what they are comfortable expressing to you, like this positive feedback on, is your inner self, your heart, your brain, I would look at this more as a scenario where you're friends and they have feelings and they haven't worked up the courage to express them yet. Yeah, but either way, just as I'm touching these cards, I actually feel acid in my stomach. Like it's eating at them. Like it's quite literally eating at them. Yeah, they want to talk to you about this. They may have almost blurted it out a couple of times. With reflection, I feel like the holdup is whether or not you're going to feel the same way. Yeah, they're worried. And that's not an unfounded worry, right? I mean, whether this is a physical connection or a friendship connection, the one thing that is clear is it is a very valued connection. And without knowing if their feelings are reflected back to them, they could be ruining everything. They could be taking a chance of losing you, and that's a big chance to take. Yeah, I will say, if you were drawn to pile 1 at all, there might be messages for you there because one of the oracle cards that we got in that reading was mirror, and then we have reflection in this set of oracle cards. But yeah, you are the whole package, pile 2, and they definitely feel it, but I feel like it's purely fear of rejection that is holding them back from expressing it to you. Tell me more, Spirit. Tell me more about pile 2's person. Tell me more about exactly what these secret feelings entail. Tell me more about why they're keeping them secret. Tell me more about what pile 2 can do to draw this person out, to make them feel safe. Interesting. Oh, I love that Death and Rebirth came out as the central card here. Yeah, everything is hinging on the cycle change. Yeah, Okay, come on now. Come on now. So yeah, at the beginning of the reading, all the energy in the early part of the reading is like they want to feel safe. They want to feel solid. They don't want to take a risk. They're looking at all their choices, and their main consideration, the main outcome that they want is safety, solidity. They don't want to get hurt. But when they finally do take that leap, when they take action to change the cycle between you with this death and rebirth, that is when the two of you are able to come together. Then we have the Lover's card and Justice. Ah, so beautiful. And yeah, with the Lovers, I mean, that is a very strong card of like two figures coming together in equal balanced energy, and Justice is the card of balance. So yeah, with reflection, it's so interesting to me that the entire end of this reading has to do with balance and things being in balance, because the oracle cards were really about, there are two parts. One they've been very clear about and one they haven't. And there's two scenarios of how that could play out. They've either been clear about the physical attraction or this friendship attraction, but either way, the foundational energy is the same, that they are only being clear and direct about one thing, and the other thing is hidden. But the one thing they've been clear about isn't even close to the full picture. Yeah, that's why you're getting a distorted picture. That's why things are out of balance now, because of their fear to show you the other side. And after they take that leap, the next two cards have to do with unity and balance. Ah, that's beautiful. I wish that I could tell you that this was going to be tomorrow. I mean, there's honestly nothing here that indicates to me that this is going to happen quickly. And in fact, human nature being what it is, with them being as attached as they seem to be to this safety and not wanting to take the risk, it seems to me that there's going to have to be some sort of big epiphany that is going to happen that will drive them to realize that it's costing them more. Like the safety that they are gaining by keeping this buried inside is costing them more than what they could potentially lose by speaking up. When that, yeah, and I mean, that is a balance as well. That is a balancing act. When the scales tip, that is when they will take action. And it's like timing is the most frustrating part, right? Because it's like, okay, great. I'm so glad to know those are their feelings. When are they going to tell me? But I mean, that's the most, yeah, releasing attachment to timing is honestly, I feel like one of the more difficult things that we are called on to do in this incarnation. Releasing attachment to outcome, to timing. But it is very, learning that, growing into that is very often the purpose of these kinds of divine connections. And also, I mean, just to reference again, another connection to pile one is there was also like a majority of the cards that came out in pile one's tarot were also major arcana. So yeah, this is a significant, very, very significant connection, a divine connection for sure. I'll pull a couple of more. Okay, so we've got SIN. Yeah, living in sin. So yeah, maybe there is like more of a percentage of people watching this are in the no strings attached category. Let's see, we've got JUD, which, yeah, that makes me think of Judge. And yeah, the Justice card in this deck has a very strong representation of the legal system. So perhaps the two of you met through the legal system. Maybe one of you works in the legal system. But I definitely think that that is also a callback to wisdom, because judges are expected to make rulings, make calls that are, ideally, it's an imperfect system to say the least, but ideally those decisions are meant to be made out of wisdom. So I think that that is a quality that they value and prize extremely highly in you. Okay, we've got a Z, and then we've got Q. Yeah, which of course makes me think of questions, and I feel like you've got them, and they have answers, but they are not being forthcoming with those answers just yet. Yeah, we've got Sun. So yeah, I feel like you bring them so much happiness, bliss, fulfillment. I think peace also. If you think about what it feels like to lay out in the sun, feel that warmth on your skin, it's an incredibly peaceful feeling. It's a languid, satisfying feeling. And I think that they feel that when they're in your energy. Your energy is like the warmth of the sun. Oh, also I recognize once I brought that U away that we've got the letters JD here. So that is, I believe, the name of the degree that you get when you become a lawyer. Okay, so we've got 2, 1, 5, and 8. So those can be combined into different numbers like 21, 85. Also, February, January, May, and August might be important months. Okay, what do we have here? We've got Pisces, Libra. Oh, Libra, justice. Yes, the balanced scales. Come on now. And Sag. Holy cow, we got the scales of justice also as a charm. Yeah, so this person really wants to bring balance to this relationship. Yeah, they are so on the verge of blurting this out. Like, I feel like it would take 2 glasses of wine max to get them to just come clean with you. That's, wow. Yeah, this person wants to balance the scales so badly. Okay, then we've got the Tree of Life. Yeah, that's giving me like family tree, intertwined roots, just strong soul family. Yeah, with this dinosaur, there might be an age differential. Yeah, I definitely feel like with this Lotus that's just an even greater validation that this is a spiritual connection. Okay, we've got the dragonfly here. So I feel like this is something, because it came out connected to the musical symbols with treble clef. Why did my brain go blank there? So I feel like these are signs that you might associate with this person, or that this person's higher self sends you. Like you might be communicating back and forth by sending one another songs from the 5D, like your higher selves might be doing that. Dragonflies might be a symbol that you see when you think of this person. Yeah, and then with the helm, yeah, that came out in pile 1 as well. Just the idea of this person is really feeling a strong urge to take control of their life and to just really, steer their own ship. That's exactly what I said in pile 1, and I feel like it applies here as well. Yeah, I feel like they've been letting fear steer the ship for a while, and they are quickly approaching the tipping point where they're going to give in to their urge to bring balance to this connection, and they are going to steer their own ship. All right, pile 2. So that is what I have for you. If it resonated, I would love to hear how it resonated in the comments below, if you feel comfortable sharing. I would love it if you would subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this. Also, if you'd like to get a personal reading, the information on how to do that is in the description. But what I really want to leave you with is this, that I am proud of you. You matter, you are loved, you are worthy, and you are enough. Okay, bye pile 2. Hello pile 3. If you chose the Smoky Quartz or the Vagabond Wild Tarot, you have arrived at your reading. Alrighty, so let's dive in here. Yeah, Spirit, tap me into what is pile 3's person's secret feelings, please? What is pile 3's person's secret feelings? Tell me what pile 3's person is not comfortable sharing at this time. What are they keeping a secret? Okay, so yeah, I feel like pile 3, this is a person who is perhaps an ex, but they have wronged you in some way. Yeah, look how sort of muted and muddied the colors are on all of these cards. They feel like the energy between you is muddied. Yeah, they're afraid to reach out and ask for forgiveness for what they've done, or also equally likely what they haven't done. If there was a situation in which you expected or at least hoped that they would step up, yeah, that they would be, in partnership with you, like these two dolphins that are jumping in sync, or like these two women that are laughing and just about to kiss. Like you hoped, prayed, expected that there was a situation where they would be in sync with your energy, that they would show up for you. And they failed to do that, either by their actions or by actions they didn't take. And yeah, maybe you guys are even still in a relationship, but I think that it has broken something inside you. Yeah, energetically, you are pretty backed off right now. I think you don't trust them anymore. Yeah, and definitely with this playful energy, like you don't let your guard down with them anymore. Laughing with someone is one of the more vulnerable things that you can do with a person. Because you have to, like, every joke, every bit, every, like, something that makes you laugh, you have to join that person in their particular worldview. And that requires a level of trust. And yeah, when someone close to you, like someone in an intimate relationship, whether that's a sexual relationship or a romantic relationship or even just a friendship, or, you know, even a business relationship that just includes like a lot of warm camaraderie, when they have done something that is on the level of a betrayal, the last thing you want to do is laugh with them. Because honestly, yeah, in another way, I would say really relaxing around someone, being silly, being playful, laughing with them is maybe even a more powerful way to let them know that you have forgiven them than even saying the words, "I forgive you." Like that lets you know that repair has started. And I don't think you are ready for that. But I think that their secret feeling is just how remorseful they are for breaking your trust, how deeply, deeply sad and sorry they feel, because I think all the time they remember the way that you used to let your guard down with them, that you used to look in their eyes and just be on board with anything that they were, yeah, anything that you used to say to them. I think that the response you would get would be delight, utter delight, and they would be immediately on board with you. No, wait a second. Okay, so I will say, I feel like I switched people. Yeah, I did. I switched people in that sentence and it immediately felt wrong. But the fact that my brain did that, like I switched who was who, the fact that my brain did that makes me think that this is like, you might be either person. Like there may be some people listening that you are the one that did the betrayal, and there might be some people listening that you are the one that was on the receiving end of the betrayal. That is so weird. I don't know if I've ever done that before. To be totally clear, I do have ADHD, and the things that I say in readings, the specifics do tend to fly out of my brain almost the instant that I stop recording. So that's not like necessarily all that significant that I don't remember that I've done that before. But that having been said, it's definitely not something that happens regularly. So yeah. So let me like mentally switch back to the original way. Okay, I feel like I need to wrap up on the oracle cards because I'm just like super confused now. So let me just say, one of you has done something and is waiting for the other one's forgiveness. Chances are it's your person that has done something. That's the side that feels stronger to me, but you may have done something as well. That is also possible. And the hidden feeling is like how deeply they miss the rapport that you used to share and the emotions that you used to share. All right, let's dive into tarot before I just convolute that thing even worse. Interesting. Oof. Yeah, this is telling a story. Yeah, well, if there's one thing that I will say for your person, they recognize what they did. And they're not trying to put the blame anywhere else. They recognize that you used to view them as your solid rock, as your hero, as your like knight in shining armor person. And in an instant, they did or said something. And again, I will just reiterate, roles can be reversed, but I feel like this is for the majority. They did something that in an instant broke that trust, changed your whole view. And with this 7 of Cups, maybe you were even considering breaking up, and maybe you did make that choice. I mean, with death here, maybe you did opt for a cycle change. But even if you are still in the connection or in the friendship or whatever kind of connection this is, like, things are different. You have entered a new era, and it is now the, like, you are distant and wary era, and this person hates that. And this person is so sad about that. But I feel like this lack of vulnerability about just how remorseful they feel and just how much they miss the way it used to be and how they would just do anything to get back to the way that it used to be. That's part of the problem. Because I feel like if they would come to you and even just say something very simply, I miss you, I miss us, I miss the way it used to be, I think that would go a long way. But yeah, there's a reason why this person doesn't feel comfortable doing that. Maybe it's because they think the most effective way of regaining your trust and kind of your hero worship. I think that there was some real hero worship going on here. They think the best way is to behave in this way that is very like stoic and trustworthy and like, yeah, I'm going to be this solid figure. But that's not what you need right now. You need vulnerability. You need them to be honest about their feelings. So the way that they are acting and what they are doing is, yeah, it's very counterproductive for them. It's actually leading down the opposite direction of the path than they actually want to go. I hope they figure this out, Pile 3, because I honestly pick you up as in a tremendous amount of pain right now. Like, I almost want to cry right now. I mean, this is a cycle change that I think feels like a death to you. And if it makes you feel any better, it definitely isn't easy for them either. I just think that they are, yeah, look at how the fog is coming up around this figure as he examines the choices. Like, they are foggy about how to progress in a way that will move the energy between the two of you in the direction that they want to go, which is happy, like happy, sweet, tender, playful, joyful, laughing. Like, I hear laughter. I hear peals of laughter in my mind. I also think that just on a personal level, it hurts them how much they've hurt you. So I don't think this is entirely altruistic. I think it also has to do with the fact of, like, if you would heal quicker, it would make it emotionally easier for them. So yeah, I do think that there is some selfishness in here, but I think that it is mostly missing you and concern for you and wanting you, the real you, the like unwary you, back in their lives again. Life again. Lives. Why did I say lives? Yeah, maybe this is like a poly relationship for some of you. This is the complicated one. I will say this is, out of all 3 piles, the complicated one. Yeah, I feel like there's a fair amount of you out there laughing when I said that, because I feel like that really typifies this this relationship. It's like, yeah, nothing can just be simple, right? Like nothing can just be freaking straightforward. Everything has to have layers and layers of complication and hidden meaning. And yeah, I feel like what are their secret feelings? It's like all the feelings. All the feelings. Yeah, this is a relationship that has never been easy or simple. I feel like it's been amazing. Like, I don't feel like this is a bad relationship. I feel like this is probably, if you just looked at the high points, the best relationship you've ever had. But I think that it's also been the most complex. Oh, a number got in with the letters. Yeah, we got PV here, and yeah, we got the O. I'm like, we don't have the O, but yeah, POV. Like, I feel like the two of you are very, very different. You see the world through these diametrically opposed lenses. Like, I feel like in every way that two people could be opposite, the two of you are opposite. One of you might be introverted, one of you extroverted, one of you might be logical, one of you might be emotional. Like, yeah, I just feel like so opposite in every way. Which brings up, yeah, a lot of questions, a lot of things that need to be compromised. But when it comes to understanding, yeah, look at this, mud, clear as mud. I think that something that the two of you are really going to have to employ is just radical acceptance of the other person's point of view. I think that there has likely been a cycle where, like, the other person has to prove to you why they feel the way they do, how they feel the way they do. That has exhausted a lot of goodwill on both sides, I think. So I think that there needs to be an agreement that there is radical acceptance of, if the other person says they feel a certain way, that's just the way they feel. Like, full stop. We move forward from an acceptance of that data point. Like, nobody needs to prove why it's okay that they feel the way they feel. Yeah, and with end, I do think, I mean, I hate to say this because it's such a sad scenario or such a sad outcome with how, like, I feel like there is not a lot of surface feeling in this connection right now. There's a lot of surface numbness, but there's a lot of deep feeling. There's a lot of deep connection. But yeah, there is every possibility that this connection might end, especially if this person can't find it in them to really be honest and be real and just be like radically vulnerable and talk it out. This connection might end, but I feel like that would be up to you. I feel like I do. I don't think this person, I think this person misses the old connection so much that they would hang in longer than you. I think you're the one that's more disconnected right now, pile 3. Okay, so we've got 6, 7, 1, and 1. So January, June, and July might be important months. Oh, only 2 came out. We've got Scorpio and Sagittarius. Yeah, so I will say the song You Give Me Something by James Morrison is just playing in my head on jukebox mode right now. So that song might have messages for you. Yeah, so you know what? I feel like Yeah, this person is waiting for external circumstances to come in and rescue the situation. Yeah, they are waiting for someone to throw them this, what do they call this? Life ring. It's written on it. Good job, Melanie. Yeah, they're waiting for like a fairy to sprinkle magical pixie dust on there. They're waiting for, you know, a unicorn to show up and just, you know, envelop everyone in their magical white light energy and make everybody happy. You know, this is a dragonfly, but it's not a regular dragonfly. It's like a magical, ornate dragonfly. So yeah, they are waiting for some like magical external force to come in and fix it. What they need to recognize is that they are the magical external force that they need to bring healing to the connection. Are they going to realize that? Are they going to realize that in time? Why do I feel like I'm giving the end credits of a soap opera cliffhanger in the 1930s on the radio? But these are the questions that I feel like even Spirit is wondering. Like, more than any of the other energies, I feel like this one is a toss-up about whether they are going to act on any epiphanies that their spirit team is trying their damnedest to show to them and open their eyes. Like, are they going to open their eyes? Are they going to act on the new information that they see? I would classify that based on what I'm channeling as anybody's freaking guess. Like, I don't know. I don't honestly know, pile 3. I don't think anybody knows, including them and including Spirit, including their spirit team, which is not super encouraging to hear at the end of the reading, I will be honest. And I feel that's unfortunate. But I will say that based on the intensity with which I felt the melancholy that they are currently feeling, missing the way things were when they were good with you, I think it's a good chance that they will. I just think the thing that's standing in their way is it's not easy. Oh, it's not easy. It's not easy at all. Okay, so that is what I have for you, pile 3. I hope that it resonated. And if it did, I would love to hear how in the comments. I would so appreciate it if you would like. That helps the video to spread, helps the channel to grow. I would love it if you would subscribe, if you would like to see more readings like this. If you want to connect with me for a personal reading, the information on how to do that is in the description. And I want to wrap this up by letting you know that I am so proud of you. You matter. You are loved, you are worthy, and you are enough. Okay, bye, pile 3.